𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥よ。どうかその見てで我らの汚れをお清めください。ピュアリファイ。
You know, right now when it comes to Goblin Slayer, I'm in a really conflicted state with this show. Here's the thing. You know, as I review anime weekly in its abundance, right? Like I review a butt ton of anime, a lot of it. Sometimes I say, okay, here's this show that I really like or I really love for a variety of different reasons, or maybe it's one specific reason, right? And while I'm thinking of the love that I have for this show, part of me goes, okay, I know this show isn't very good, but if my enjoyment level of it, like let's say I have like let's say I can internalize, or maybe you can internalize a 1 to 10 scale of enjoyment. Like this show sucks, but my enjoyment level is like a 9. A good example of that is a show that a lot of people hate for a variety of different reasons, which is Assassin's Pride. I don't know why this is the one that just happened to pop into my head right now, so I'm going to roll with it. It's kind of a cringy anime, but my enjoyment level of the anime is like a 9. So I effing love Assassin's Pride. I own the fucking thing on Blu-ray, for God's sake. It's a 9. Now, I know this show's not very good. I know it has a lot of flaws. I know it's a little icky at times. Your boy loves it. I love that shit. So the reason I'm saying that is this season of Goblin Slayer, I went in with all the pretext and love that season 1 set, and the movie I thought was bad. I thought the movie was a badass movie. Watching it weekly though, and maybe it's because I didn't review the movie. Maybe it's because I didn't review the first season. I simply just sat there and watched it. I don't think I even watched it weekly. I think I watched it at the end of the season, and me and my wife binge watched the first season of it. We've watched it a couple of times since then. We watched the movie a couple of times, you know, once to watch it, and a few more times as, you know, background fodder for while I'm playing some Nintendo Switch or something. And I love Goblin Slayer. I think maybe though, for me, just super personal, right, is maybe watching it weekly and or having to sit here and, you know, really, you know, think about it critically, along with the fact that season 2 hasn't been very good, I think have kind of dampened my view on this show. Now, sometimes when I sit here and I do this, you know, when I watch it every single week, because I will tell you, like, I traditionally, shows that I don't review, I don't traditionally watch them each week. I'll let a week or 2 or 3 pass by. A good example of that is a Returner's Magic Should Be Special or something. I think that's what it's called. I reviewed the first episode here. Maybe the first 2 episodes. I don't remember. I reviewed the first episode or 2, and then I let like 3 or 4 weeks go by, and then I binge watched it, and I kind of caught up. And then I'm probably gonna let another few weeks go by to the end of the season, and then just kind of watch the remaining episodes. And doing that, I was like, yeah, this show's pretty good. I mean, it sucks, but it's pretty good. You know what I mean? So I think that just kind of tainted my view on Goblin Slayer a little bit, because like this season has been a little slower. There's been less gruesome in action. And for some reason, and I didn't feel this way in the past, like I feel like the gruesome action, mature stuff has kind of been force-fed into the episodes. An example, right? This episode, you know, they're going to go take on the Goblin Den. They're going to go take on this goblin, you know, the epicenter of goblins inside of the elves' forest. And they go there and they find them, and they're fighting the goblins, you know, no problem there. But then all of a sudden, you know, a goblin does like, 𝐜𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴, you know, and he does some purple spray, and it kind of gets people, it gets the Goblins party, the Goblin Slayers party to, you know, kind of like, you know, be paralyzed a little bit. And of course, they're gonna show the graphic scene of them going towards the elf girl and like ripping her clothes off. You know, some tatas are gonna fall out a little bit, and there's our fan service. There's the gruesomeness. There's the we still got it moment. And I'm just like, well, that moment, this episode, it wasn't needed. Like, they didn't need to push the envelope there. Like, I was cool with the scene of them focusing on Saint Girl and her conjuring up, you know, the mother's purity, whatever, to take on the goblin. And it, you know, it kind of ruined him. And these actions are having her question her belief in her God. And I was like, yo, that's a good moment. Kind of ruined by beforehand of like, you know, they have to fit in some RAPE, you know, like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes like there's certain like these like graphical scenes that the show is known for, and for the most part I do enjoy. Sometimes they're just kind of shoved and force fed in there because like they're like, well, we got to fit one in. I take you to a few weeks ago when they were, you know, they had the red hair boy, the really annoying wizard kid, and he went to go save somebody, and the girl was in the chair again, all in that shape of she's just been ran through by goblins. And I was like, well, what's going on didn't get elevated by showing me that. You know what I mean? I feel like when they did it in season 1 with, you know, Elf Girl being saved or Saint Girl being saved or the Sword Saint, it was more than just, it was like a character building of like, this is something so gruesome that they went through. She's going to carry it on for the rest of her life. And it does end up continuing to come back. Like this episode, like the Saint Girl had a vision of, you know, what happened to her before. You know, and like those kind of things make sense of like, you know, for long-standing characters. But like when they forced it in a few weeks ago, or like they're like, well, these episodes are featuring Elf Girl, let's have her get kind of ripped apart a little bit, huh? You know, the fans are gonna eat this shit up. It's like, well, it didn't elevate the episode. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. This episode, though, you know, they go in, they destroy the goblins. She questions her god. Elf sister gets married. We don't know who caught the bouquet between Cowgirl and Elf Girl and Saint Girl and Guild Girl. I'm gonna assume they all caught a little piece of the bouquet or the headpiece or whatever. And they all looked at Goblin Slayer, and maybe you know, by the end of it we're gonna have a little glimpse of him on a farm with the 4 girls, and we're gonna have an elf baby and a cow baby and a guild baby and you know, saint baby, you know, and then a sword saint baby, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. But that's, you know, these are my feels on the show as of right now this season. So let me know what you guys think. All right, my friends. Peace out.